Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. It's me, A. Prustian. And that's right, I was in the middle of talking to this guy whose name I forget, but he is the boat rental guy. And I'm going to ask him about his pasta restaurant. A pasta shop? Yep, to think the wet noodle will live on when I'm gone. My father started it, so that makes you two the third generation. Meg. Yes? Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing. Dough tossing? You too, Keith. Yes? You'll be the best pasta wrangler the West has ever seen. Pasta wrangler? The West? Isn't pasta from Italy? Meg. Yes? You know the best pasta's always been made west of the Rockies, don't you? Have they? Has it? Right, of course. Everybody knows that. Nick? Huh? How long do we have to keep this all in the family charade? This old man must know something about the murder. We're not leaving until we find out what that is. Fair enough. The boat rental shop. Does this guy have narcolepsy, or is he just supposed to be old and old people fall asleep easy? This is a boat rental shop, right? What are you talking about? This here's the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Though, now that you mention it, we haven't gotten many orders for spaghetti lately. All the kids come up and say, "Yo, dude, we want to ride in one of your boats." That's why I keep them boats out there. Youngsters these days. Darned if I understand them. Pretty confused myself. Nick, this isn't going anywhere. But this old man is the witness tomorrow, right? We've got to find some way of getting information out of him. Okay, Polly. My memory's gotten worse of late. That's why I just tell everything important to old Polly here. Is Polly going to be the witness? I would kind of love that. Everything important? I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228, squawk. All right. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? See, Nick? All it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. Hey, don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. Can I present something? What about this picture? Now listen here, Keith. Remember that tricolor pasta we were talking about? Our rainbow lioli. I figured out the last color we should use. Indigo blue. Indigo blue? That didn't seem to work the way I thought it might. Yeah, that's, has no connection to the evidence I'm showing him. Oh no. That's all he has to say, I suspect, to all of these. Can I examine anything else? Can I talk to Polly? We have to get something from this. Maybe there is something else I can present to him. Anything else to talk to him about? No. Okay, let me try presenting my attorney's badge. Maybe he'll realize I'm not Keith. Huh? That a lawyer's badge? Yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge. Well, I wouldn't recognize one because are they a real thing? Maybe in Japan. I don't know. I get it. Huh? Yep. I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Nick, now's our chance to clear things up. Sir? No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. Yeah, he seems angry about it, you guys. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. All right, I'll help. But on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. I'm about to lie to an old man. I promise to run the noodle. Okay, we promise. Nick, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? I guess so. That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. Wait, didn't I just say? You too, Meg. Yes? You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know. Now, what was... Oh my god. I have these two cats. They're both on my lap, and normally they coexist fine. And just this morning, they've decided not to. Okay. Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly. Hello, hello. Now he's talking to the bird again. How do we get him to talk to us? Shoot, maybe I shouldn't have promised. Okay, we'll try this again. You won't be needing that badge to run a pasta shop. Toss it. I think I'll hold on to it if you don't mind. Okay. The photo? Yep, I've seen this. You know something about this, sir? Keith. Yes? It's okay. You can call me Dad. Dad! You know something about this? Yep, the other night, out on the lake. Yes? Yes? I know all about that. I seen it. What? Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all. Okay, keep going. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the same. Oh, maybe I can talk to him now instead of presenting. Right. There we go. What you saw. I forget the time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably night. Yep. It was after midnight, but okay. Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. I heard another one. Bang! A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself. Yep. What did he say? Yep. I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time, promise. Great. We need to know earlier than that. You know what? Little Terry was just here. Terry? Yep, that kid next door. He always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat, got himself some whiskers growing out of his face. Okay, so that's, Gumshoe. Yeah, he must be talking about Detective Gumshoe. He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow I don't think we're gonna get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh wait, I had one more question. Huh? Polly! Polly! Have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6. Squawk. Huh? What did she just say, Nick? One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6. Squawk. What? The DL6 incident? Hey, mister. I mean, Dad. This is getting weird. Who is this old guy? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh. What? He locked the door from the other side. Who could that old man be? Think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Okay, let's do that then. Yes, yes. Hi, Larry. See if he's out of his meeting. He is. Hey, pal, long time no see. Hey, you don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? The boat caretaker. You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Oh, yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh. How'd you... That was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Huh. Sounds suspicious. Huh. The DL6 incident. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. Oh. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think it has something to do with this current case. Yeah, to tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So, I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. Okay. So... I can't present that the bird... I mean, this is DL6 incident. Sorry to disappoint you, pal. I'm drawing a blank. Okay. Oh, I do have this. The erstwhile companion of the boat shop caretaker answers to the name Polly. What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Polly, have we forgotten something? Yeah, don't forget DL6. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? I getcha. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Oh, right. Way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth's past. Okay. Anything else? Okay. To the records room. Wow. It's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago. Both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. Okay. Well, let's examine first, real quick. This cabinet is where they keep evidence for current cases. Some of the things are obviously murder weapons. Others are who knows what. Most of it just looks like random junk. Nick, what do you think this clothespin is for? Don't touch that! It's evidence! Of some kind. There's shelves stuffed with case files in the back of the room, too. Forgotten cases rotting away for eternity. Nick, let's get what we need and get out of here. All this dust is getting to me. Yeah, I know, but I want to keep examining. Here are files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow, these are all case reports? Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. Guess my sister's case report is in here too. Quietly gathering dust. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Alright. Case summary. First I have to get a handle on the main facts. Like a summary. Right. Summary. Found it! Here you go. December 28th, 2001. It's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So this is 2016. Okay. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. Huh. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Well, that helps explain Edgeworth's fear. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. Ugh. 5 hours. That would be scary like that in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in the elevator. Phew. Okay, victim data. Do you have data on the victim? Edgeworth's father? Wait a second. Sorry, wait a second. He was shot in an elevator while trapped with 2 people, one of whom was his child, and they weren't able to pin it on the other guy? I mean, I guess that shot did look like it broke the glass of the elevator. So maybe it did come from somebody outside? I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the picture again. Alright. Do you have data on the victim? Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim. Here. Found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles? Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. Yeah, we know. Yeah, okay, so there's certainly the bullet hole in the glass. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. Okay, so was that an exit bullet hole? The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Huh. Sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Suspect data. Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. I'm amused, like, if this is the other guy in the elevator, what, you had to go to a spirit medium for it and then he still got off? Like, good God. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. The other guy, he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? Is he the caretaker? He may be closer than we think. I guess I know generally what happened in DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we gonna take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Okay, the case file added to court record. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now, all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. To be continued. Let's save. And let's keep going. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, right, this asshole. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order. Okay, here's something funny about the judge that just clicked for me. He looks exactly like one of my high school English professors. Or teachers, I suppose. The bald hair and the big beard. Oh, it's funny. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Ah! Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Witness, state your profession. Huh. Oof. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. I still haven't even heard who this old guy is. Raise an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My, memory... Your Honor. The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? See, I think it's the clerk. He's gotta be. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant, where I, rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just a-floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to question my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? Excuse me, cross-examine? Fuck you, Von Karma. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Ah! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. So you don't make silly predictions like that. I am going to be smart. And remember which button to push. And save in slot 5. My cross-examine slot. There we go. The night of the 24th, just after midnight. Okay, let's press him on this. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Oh my god. Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. Yep. You see? Continue. I was in the restaurant where I ripped boats, as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keepy boy. Keith? Objection. Prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Then I heard a bang. And where did the bang seem to come from? Oh my god, this guy's gonna drive me nuts. From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just afloat on the lake. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time? Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. It's gonna be Miles. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. If I know Von Karma, he spent time preparing his witness. I'm not gonna find contradictions very easily in this testimony. Whew, it's tough being a lawyer. Okay. Let me press him on the stuff here at the end. Here. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Shit. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him! That Edgeworth boy! What? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Ha! That's why he made the prediction of the 3 minutes. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. This is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise another objection? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead," but his word is all we have. If you were telling a lie... yeah, I don't think that's a very good objection. Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. I didn't even present any... Okay. Oh no, this court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Shit! The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? Ah! Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Is the defense allowed to bring witnesses? Well, this is the first time something like this has happened in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He can make things even worse. Is it possible to be worse? Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. Doesn't get any worse, right? Exactly. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, there is another witness. It is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Oh, boy. Defendant lobby number 2. Okay. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. Huh. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes! 15! Everything's on Larry now. Oh boy. Still not sure what this is going to lead to, but I think there's definitely some discrepancies between the number of times the gun has been fired, the gunshots heard, but I don't know who could have shot him. If it wasn't Edgeworth, who was it? God, this happens like every trial. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Not Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Okay, Larry. Night of the murder. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. She's right. Cross-examination, night of the murder. Okay, we all know what to do now. Save here. I was out on the boat on the lake. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat such a late hour? I was looking for something, and I, found it. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's just get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard the bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay. No problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? Guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. Wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Okay. Out in a boat on the lake. Looking for something, and I found it. Quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. I was thinking of going home. I heard the bang. Looked out of the lake, but didn't see a boat. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. I think it's this single gunshot. We've got this photo taken at 12:15. Is this the shot he heard at 11:50? Where there's nothing there? I feel like it's gotta be, but then... Fired 3 times. Okay, I'm gonna present this. 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Oh my god. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order. And stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yeah, we gotta continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Yeah. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. I agree with you, Phoenix. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer? The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. And yet, here we are. Okay. So you turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve? Alone? I shouldn't have said anything. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? I was listening to it real booming loud, like, yeah. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. Now, this, I think, is going to be useful. I hope. Dear God, Larry, I hope. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. It'll help establish the time. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. I agree. Let's go to the It's Almost Christmas, because I think that means it's not midnight. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. Okay. But I pressed everything. So I need to present something maybe now? Can I present something? I mean, I think there's this, right? Let me present this. Your Honor. Okay, nope, it's not what they wanted. Shit. Alright. I really feel like this is the most important thing. And I'm wondering... Okay, this one was taken at 12:15. This maybe is the one I need to present instead. This is where the contradiction is. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. See what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Ms. Hart's camera. 12:25:00:15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness said he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? He's got to be right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Okay, now I can use the empty lake. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That's why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem this is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Ms. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Right, that's what I noticed. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright? There's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. I think I can. I think it's that this was fired 3 times. Because it hasn't come up yet. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. I'm glad he does. Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. Got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say something that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Has it? What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you've finally realized the truth? There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. Okay. I was hoping to get to the end of all of this this trial, and I'm sure I'm close to it, but I'm really out of time. So I have to stop here, and I will have to come back and finish listening to the smarmy asshole Von Karma the next time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye!